All right, welcome back. Let's see. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin and where we're headed. Let's see. So, this is my personal chart here for the monthly or the weekly, actually, for Bitcoin. And if you can see here, we're still trending downwards. We're almost home here. That would be putting Bitcoin between 10 to 14,000, maybe a little less. But check this out. You see that? So we're going to go see a new lower low here. And when we do that, that's probably going to be maybe in like 2 to 3 weeks. Definitely 2 to 3. And then from there, I do think we're going to go up, just like how the chart is starting to look like it wants to break out soon. Wicks are getting smaller. The bearish divergence we have here is coming to an end. If this goes in accordance with the soft landing the Fed is anticipating or aiming for, that would put the S&P around 3,200, 3,100-ish. Now, if that breaks, we would see a hard landing around the 2,700 area. And the VIX has definitely started to break out, if you can tell. Let me go ahead and zoom in on it. We were riding a falling wedge and decreasing volatility, and it finally broke out. Now, within the next couple of weeks, we should see the VIX break out even further. If it starts shooting for the 40 plus area, we are going to see a major downturn in the market. But I think we need to build towards that. Maybe come back and retest. Because if it just breaks out and never comes back and touches, it will more than likely be a failed rally. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit. See, on the weekly, it measures these as wicks all the way up to here, and this is just measuring the bands. So therefore, because the MACD is in positive territory and declining into negative territory, I do believe that we're going to see another lower low. So that may end up being the opportunity of a lifetime, because what's going to happen is if you see the bullish divergence underneath, we're almost done. And again, that lines up perfectly with the VIX breaking out and coming back to retest for support, because it's already in positive territory in the MACD. And we're in the daily. So if it does this, let me draw. If it does this, retest, finds support, then rockets, that lines up perfectly with what we've been saying. And see, we've already, so now we would just need to come back and find a retest for support. And that would line up finding support right here above the bands. And bam. If you can tell, it's already turning down. right here on the bearish divergence on the rate of change. And the MACD is already starting to show that it's also turning. So if the rate of change is starting to turn and the MACD looks like the first cross needs to come back and find support, from there, we're going to more than likely find support and break out. Because look, we're at extremes here on the bands, and the MACD perfectly showed how it was making and following bullish divergence on the bottom. So it's not really hard. These are the names of these indicators are rate of change, MACD. If you're new to this is a moving average cross. So I just follow the bands. It literally just shows you. This is the VIX. It shows you the volatility. And usually whenever volatility decreases, the market goes up. When volatility increases, if you line up the S&P 500 to this, check this out. You see? Bottom of the market, top of the VIX. Bottom of the VIX, top of the market. So because we're starting to break out, we're going to go down. This is not financial advice. You can do your own due diligence, but I mean, I've already. So anyway, the dollar is starting to break out. Oh, wait, no, let me go back. Let me remove this. Yeah, there we go. More than likely, we're going to be finding support around here. 103 area. It might be something sudden where we see 103 and then it goes right back up. But I do believe long term the dollar is not done. The S&P here, we're about to get a death cross right here. The moment we get the death cross, we hang on under the bands for quite a while until we reach the bottom, which you can see right here. And on the MACD, you can see how we're already in negative territory. It's crossed under in a bearish divergence, making perfectly a bearish divergence. It's fitting it. And right here on rate of change, we are already breaking the structure. So it is crossing over now. It is confirmed. And here, let me see. In my opinion, I think oil is not done just because of the new regulations that are being placed on it. Not all oil, just Russian oil. But when energy is energy, and whenever you put like too much regulation on it, and it just drives the prices up. So I don't think it's done. I do believe that at some point it is going to turn, because if you can see, it's already making a bullish divergence here on the bottom. This is actually perfect that I saw this. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So whether it continues to make a lower low here, it'll only affirm a bullish divergence on the bottom. And I do believe it's not done. I do believe it is going to start breaking out, maybe sooner than we think, just because of all these crazy things going on. I'm not talking about politics. We're just talking about how they affect the market. I do believe we're going to see oil around this area very, very soon. Let me see. Yeah, because look at that. That's a triple bear bullish divergence on the MACD. Let's see. Yeah, that's a bullish divergence right there on the on crude. Yeah, more than likely we'll see some positive movement soon. And let me see. Yeah, and for those that are curious about SHIB, this is where I think we are. So we may go down here short term and then bounce. It may be a higher low and then come back and bounce. Let me see. Let's actually look at it very closely. I had a tag. So if it comes back and bounces right here for the short term, we might see a higher low around the 870s, and then it'll jump all the way up to the 1000 area. So it might temporarily remove as a euro and then add it quickly afterwards. And then if that happens, it'll more than likely see a lower low. So whether it breaks this support or if it just temporarily breaks it and finds support like at a lower low and then jumps back up, be careful for that. But be ready in case you want to take a huge opportunity or advantage of a huge opportunity. And then let's check this out. The rate of change. Yeah, see, it's starting to roll over here as well. And then MACD, stretch this out. There we go. MACD is already rolling over. So soon we may see some negative territory there. And yeah, so in the short term, we may get amounts. In the long term, by January, in the next couple months, we may see the bottom at last. And then from there, we'll probably be in for a ride. I would say January-ish, we may see the bottom, a short-term bottom, and then from there bounce really, really hard because it looks like it's going to the extremes. And then from there, we may go back to normal and continue this thing all over again. So if you liked it, go ahead and subscribe. These are all my personal charts and indicators. This is what I've been following, especially Bitcoin. This is the one that has not led me astray. It's pretty much told me whether I like it or not, how it is. Starting from March, I started to draw everything outwards. And then as the Fed continued to increase rates, I just drew out these further lines so we could know when we're heading home comparatively to the S&P 500, SPX right here. So I do believe this is the area we'll see. I had drawn this out for this month about a month ago. And then I'm right here. This is where I think we're going to be. Somewhere in this area. Got to draw these out a little longer. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.